Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. In this video, I'm going to show you how I do a nice blue glow effect on the engines, I suppose they're called, on the jump packs. These are my Vanguard veterans for my Deathwatch. So I'm doing this painting tutorial slightly different to how I do the other ones. Normally I just film them, edit them, and then voice over. But in this one I'm just going to do it like sort of real time. I'll just cut the video in between cleaning out the airbrush and stuff like that. But I want to start doing a few more videos in this format just because it's easier to film them and get them up quickly, and you can sort of see how I do stuff in real time as well. So I'm going to paint all 5 of these at once. Now it's a very simple effect just using the airbrush. If you've seen the Halo painting tutorials, it's very similar to how I paint the lights and glows on them. So I'm going to go with blue. It's going to be a light blue. Well, it will essentially be light blue. I'm going to white in the middle. I did think about red, but like the cloaks and stuff are going to be red anyway, so I didn't want there to be like too much red on them. So let's just jump straight in. I'm going to get some Kantor blue and load it into the airbrush. Now I don't really like using the GW paints too much. I do like to use Vallejo or Badger, but for these tutorials I'll just use GW. I'm using a Badger Patriot 105. It's not the best brush for sort of doing little details, but if you just keep it under control, it's not normally too bad. So yeah, we'll see how easy it is to film here. So this Kantor blue is quite dark, but you can see it on the camera. We literally just fill the whole thing with Kantor blue. Now it looks quite bright on the camera, it's probably just a light, and that will dry darker. Now I do apologise for the noise once the air compressor kicks in. If you want to do this effect with brush, of course this stage is very easy. You just literally paint in the Kantor blue. For the other layers, you essentially just build it up with multiple thin coats. Okay, so that's a blue, the Kantor blue at least. I hope you guys can hear me over the air compressor. I'll just clean out the brush and then I'll be back. Okay, so we are back. So what's normally quite good about airbrushing, especially when you do batches like this, by the time I've cleaned out the first colour, they're normally dry and ready for the next one. So next I'm going to take some Calidor Sky. This is where you need to have a bit more control over where you spray, which is why this brush isn't always the best for finer detail, but just be light on the trigger and should get the effect. So I'm going to now spray this more sort of towards this sort of circle bit here. This is where I assume the sort of glow will be coming from. So I get a bit closer with the airbrush, and the closer you get, the more finer you can be. I'll sort of spray around that area. So you can see already we're starting to get a good effect. Oh, just a bit out then. So yeah, it's also worth noting, I always do the airbrushing stages earlier in case I make any mistakes. So these have only been base coated in Abaddon blacks. It's well worth doing all your airbrushing before you start painting on all the details and highlights, etc. And that's probably just common sense, really, isn't it? And that's why I sort of wanted to do these little videos, because there's several little techniques that I want to do with the airbrush on my Deathwatch models. And I'll also be doing the power swords and stuff like that, which you'll see in other videos. And there's other little bits and details which won't be by airbrush, so if you don't have an airbrush, I will show you some other techniques just using regular brushes. Okay, so that's looking pretty good already. So once again, I will clean out my airbrush and I will be back. Okay, so we are back, and this, as you can see, as it dries, the effect looks a lot more subtle. So that means we can go in with a brighter colour, and I'm going to use Lothern Blue. So we only need a very small amount of Lothern Blue. One thing I don't like about these Citadel Air paints is that when you do only need a small amount, it's all quite difficult to get them in the airbrush. You can use pipette droppers, of course. I don't actually have any, so maybe it should be something I should invest in. So I'm just sort of tipping the pots into the airbrush cup. However, I do normally tip the excess back in. So we're really focusing on the middle, and I'm just doing very gentle little bursts. That's looking pretty cool. So we're getting right in that centre circle there. And just a little bit just around it. I'm very close to the model now with the airbrush. Make sure I get a very small amount coming out. Just want a little bit more on that one. I think the needle's getting a bit dry. I always have an old toothbrush on hand, and I can get it in camera. Essentially, I just give the needle a gentle scrub. You sometimes just get paint dry up on the needle, and that can cause it not to flow out as well. So, little tip there, always have an old toothbrush on hand. I just went out of centre there, but never mind. And these, if you're in the UK, go to Wilkinson's. I think these are like, you can get 2 of these cheap toothbrushes for about 10p or something. It's ridiculously cheap. It's like, I dread to think who would be brushing their teeth with toothbrushes that cheap, but they're great for cleaning. So. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. So there is one more colour I want to do, and that will be White Scar. So again, I'll clean out the airbrush and I'll be back. Okay, so we're back, and as I said, using some White Scar, and we're just going to go very close to the centre. So I hate these little lids as well, they don't always stay open, so when you're trying to pour a little bit of paint into your airbrush and the lid closed, that's quite frustrating. So I'll just put my airbrush in the holder and just do it like that. That's about all we need. Okay. So literally getting quite close now and just it's very subtle, I don't know how well it'll show on camera, but I've literally just gone into that central circle, so I'm quite liking that. Just subtle little glow on these engines. Oh well, the camera's focusing. Yeah, that's probably a bit too much there. But that will dry later, and if it looks too bad, I'll put a little glaze over it. That's fine. This white colour seems a bit thinner than the other paint, so I've got to be very careful. Very careful with it. I'm very light on the trigger. Again, there are better brushes on the market which are better for smaller detail. That said, I do highly recommend the 105 to anyone. I think there is a new one which you can actually control the airflow a lot better on. That will make it better for finer details as well. But if you're a beginner airbrush, and a 105 is just a great brush because it's very hard to clog it up, and it's very easy to take apart and clean if you do. Whereas some of them have really small parts for the needle, and they're very easy to clog up, and sometimes you can't unclog them. Whereas this, you don't have that problem, and it's not that expensive either. So there we go. I'm quite liking the look of that. Just a very subtle little glow on these engines. I just add something to them. Of course, I know you can see the line where the jump pack joined them. They never do go together brilliantly, these jump packs, but yeah, that is a little simple jump pack engine glow. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this format. It's just a lot easier for me just to film and put out there, rather than having to do the voiceover on top. And I don't know, it's quite easier just to talk you through it as I go. Yeah, I'll definitely do more videos like this. I'm probably going to film a couple right now, and I'll just turn the compressor off. So yeah, you'll be seeing a few more for my Death Watch, I'm sure. I hope you enjoyed this video. So as always, if you did enjoy it, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all again in the next video.